Ever walked through a casino and wondered, like, who's actually calling the shots?
Yeah.
In charge of all the games, the staff, just the whole dazzling spectacle.
It's easy to get caught up in the excitement and not think about that side of it.
Right. Well, today we're diving deep into the world of gambling managers.
Yeah, a behind-the-scenes look.
Exactly. And we've got research, guides, the works to uncover what this career path is really all about. Because let me tell you, it's not all just rolling dice and raking in the big bucks. It's way more than that.
You hit the nail on the head there. It's a lot more nuanced than people realize.
So let's break it down. What does a gambling manager actually do? If you had to explain it to someone who's never even set foot in a casino.
Well, imagine a conductor leading an orchestra.
Okay, I'm with you.
Instead of instruments, they're orchestrating the entire casino floor.
Wow, so they're responsible for.
Everything. From managing the staff to overseeing all the games, making sure everything's legal and above board, and of course, guaranteeing the business is profitable.
So we're talking serious business skills here.
Absolutely. This isn't just about knowing when to hold them and when to fold them.
Right, it's like high-level management.
Exactly. It's a high-stakes environment, a lot of responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be strong leaders, understand finances inside and out, know how to keep customers happy, and be total experts on all those gambling regulations.
Speaking of high stakes, though, our research, particularly this RoleCatcher guide, mentions the salary can be quite impressive.
Yeah, the earning potential can be a major draw for sure.
So what can someone realistically expect to make in this kind of role?
Well, it's not just the base salary either. There are often bonuses, incentives, especially the higher up you go.
So your income is kind of tied to how well the casino does.
In many cases, yes. Your success directly impacts the casino's success, so it really motivates you to make smart decisions.
That makes sense. Higher the stakes, higher the potential reward. But let's dive into those skills a bit more, because the RoleCatcher guide goes into a lot of detail about what it takes to be a gambling manager.
Oh yeah, it's not just about crunching numbers.
Right. It seems like you need a pretty diverse skill set.
You definitely do, and one of the most crucial and maybe surprising is a solid understanding of psychology.
Psychology. Now, that's not something I would have immediately associated with casinos.
I know, right? But it's essential.
So tell me more about that. What does psychology have to do with managing a casino?
Well, you see, understanding human behavior, especially in the context of, gambling.
People's motivations and all that.
Yes, it's key for a gambling manager to be successful. They need to anticipate how players might behave, understand what drives them to make certain bets, and even be able to spot the signs of potential problem gambling.
So they're like part business strategist, part therapist almost.
In a way, yes.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
So can you give me an example of how this psychology stuff actually plays out in a real casino setting?
Sure. Think about slot machines for a second.
Okay, those are everywhere in a casino.
Exactly, and they're designed to be super engaging, right? Lights, sounds, even those near misses that make you feel like you almost won.
Oh yeah, they keep you hooked.
Precisely. Now, a gambling manager who understands psychology can use that knowledge to make the gaming floor even more engaging and potentially more profitable.
So it's about knowing what makes people want to keep playing?
Yes, and knowing how to create an environment that encourages that. For example, they might rearrange where certain slot machines are placed.
Oh, interesting. So it's not just random.
Not at all. They might introduce new games that are designed to appeal to different types of players, different personalities and risk tolerances.
Makes sense.
Or they might even train staff to interact with the players in a way that enhances their experience, making it more enjoyable so they want to stay and play longer.
Wow, it's like a whole strategy.
It really is.
So we've got the psychology aspect. What other surprising skills do our research uncover that a gambling manager needs?
Well, let's talk about marketing.
Marketing. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Right. You don't always connect casinos with traditional marketing, but it plays a huge role.
So tell me, what does marketing look like in the casino world?
It's all about bringing in new customers and making sure the existing ones keep coming back for more. Think about those loyalty programs. They're massive in the gambling industry.
Oh, yeah, those things where you earn points and stuff.
Exactly. They offer perks, rewards, exclusive experiences, all to incentivize people to play more. A good gambling manager needs to know how to design these programs effectively to attract different types of players.
So they need to be pretty creative, too.
Without a doubt. And it's not just loyalty programs either. They're also responsible for things like organizing special events to draw in the crowds.
Like what kinds of events?
It could be a big concert with a famous performer, a poker tournament, even themed nights. They also need to keep up with the casino's social media presence, making sure it's engaging and appealing to their target audience.
It's amazing how much goes into it.
It's a fast-paced field that's constantly evolving, so you need to be adaptable and have your finger on the pulse of what's new and exciting.
It definitely sounds exciting.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the career path itself. We touched on the earning potential, which sounds great. But what about someone just starting out? Is this a field where you have to work your way up from the bottom?
Absolutely. You can definitely climb the ladder in this industry.
Okay, good to know.
In fact, many gambling managers start out in entry-level positions.
Like what? What kind of entry-level jobs are we talking about?
Dealing cards is a common one.
Oh, interesting.
Or working in customer service. These are great ways to get your foot in the door.
So you could literally go from dealing blackjack at one of those tables
Yeah.
to running the whole casino floor
You got it. And that hands-on experience is invaluable.
because you get to see how everything works firsthand.
Exactly. You learn the ins and outs of the casino from the ground up. You understand customer behavior firsthand, what they're looking for, what they enjoy, and you really get a feel for the industry as a whole.
So it's not just about getting your dues, it's about getting a real education in the world of casinos.
Exactly. And it allows you to start building relationships with colleagues, maybe even find yourself a mentor.
Now, the RoleCatcher guide also mentioned something about certifications. Could you tell me more about those? Are they mandatory to become a gambling manager?
They're not always mandatory, but they can definitely give you an edge in this competitive industry. It shows potential employers that you're serious about your career and committed to upholding the highest professional standards.
Right, so it's like a stamp of approval. What kind of certifications are out there?
Well, there's the Certified Gaming Manager certification. That's a big one. It's often referred to as the CGM.
So if I'm at a casino and see someone with CGM on their name tag,
You know they've achieved a certain level of expertise and knowledge.
got it. What does it take to earn that certification?
It demonstrates a thorough understanding of casino operations, gaming regulations, and best practices within the industry.
That makes sense. What other certifications should we know about?
There's also the Certified Anti-Money Laundering Specialist certification.
Oh, right, because there's a lot of money changing hands in a casino.
Exactly, and it's crucial to make sure everything is legal and above board.
So that certification focuses on.
It's all about the legal and ethical responsibilities of preventing financial crimes, like money laundering.
Which is a huge deal in the gambling world, obviously.
Absolutely. It focuses on the legal and ethical responsibilities of preventing financial crimes, like money laundering.
So for our listeners out there who might be thinking, hey, a career surrounded by flashing lights and the thrill of the game sounds pretty enticing, what's the best piece of advice you'd give them if they're serious about pursuing a career as a gambling manager?
I always tell people the best way to truly understand this world is to dive in and get your hands dirty.
Literally, in this case, right? I imagine those cards can get a little sticky after a long night at the blackjack table.
Well, maybe not literally, but you get the idea. Even if it's just a summer job or a part-time gig, get yourself on that casino floor. Work as a dealer, be a part of the customer service team, soak up the atmosphere, observe, and learn from the ground up.
There's no substitute for real-world experience, is there?
Exactly, and it demonstrates a genuine interest to potential employers. It shows you're not just in it for the perceived glamour, but that you understand it takes hard work, dedication, and a genuine passion for the industry to succeed.
So it's about more than just knowing the odds or having a lucky streak. It's about understanding the business, the people, and the psychology behind it all.
Precisely. It's about creating an unforgettable, positive experience for every customer who walks through those doors. It's a challenging but ultimately rewarding career for those who are up for the challenge.
Well, there you have it, folks. A peek behind the curtain of the often misunderstood world of gambling managers. We've learned that it takes a unique blend of business acumen, a touch of psychology, a dash of marketing wizardry, and a whole lot of grit to make it in this dynamic industry.
And remember, the best way to know if you've got what it takes is to try it out. Who knows, you might just hit the jackpot with a career you find truly exciting.
And on that note, we'll leave you with this final thought. We've explored the skills and strategies that make a successful gambling manager. But how do these individuals navigate the fine line between entertainment and responsibility? That's something to ponder the next time you step into a casino. Thanks for taking the deep dive with us. So for our listeners out there who might be thinking a career surrounded by, flashing lights and the thrill of the game, that sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, it definitely has its appeal.
What's the best piece of advice you'd give them if they're thinking about a career as a gambling manager?
Honestly, The best way to really get a feel for this world is to jump in and get some firsthand experience.
See if you like the feel of those cards in your hand.
Something like that. Even if it's just for a summer or part-time while you're studying, get yourself on that casino floor. See what it's actually like.
Could you start as a dealer?
Yeah, dealing's a good one. Or customer service. Just be a part of that world, observe, learn from everyone around you. You'll pick things up so quickly.
There's nothing like real-world experiences there.
Exactly. And it shows employers you're serious, too. It's not just about the glamour. It's about understanding that this kind of career takes real dedication.
Right. It takes passion and hard work.
Yeah,
It's not all fun and games.
exactly.
So it's more than just knowing how to play the games. It's about the business side, the psychology, the whole package.
You got it. It's about making sure every single person who walks through those doors has an amazing experience, a positive experience. And that's not always easy. It's challenging, but it can be incredibly rewarding.
Well, there you have it, folks. We've taken a deep dive into the world of gambling managers, and I think we learned a lot. It's definitely not what you might expect.
It's a fascinating field, really.
It takes business smarts, psychology, a bit of marketing magic, and a whole lot of dedication to make it in this industry.
And for anyone out there who's intrigued, the best advice, really, is to just give it a try. You never know, you might just find your calling.
Maybe you'll hit the jackpot with a career you truly love. And on that note, we'll leave you with this final thought. We've talked about what makes a successful gambling manager, all the skills and strategies. But there's another side to this, isn't there?
What's that?
Where's the line between entertainment and, well, responsibility? It's something to think about maybe next time you're walking through a casino.
Definitely food for thought.
Thanks for taking the deep dive with us.